Gold and silver stacking used to be really easy, and the strategy was simply wait for payday, then happy dance over to the LCS, get your gold and silver in your pretty little hands, and strut walk all the way home. That stacking strategy still works, but if you're going to maximize your dollars to get the most gold and silver you can, then you can't do what you've always done, and you definitely don't want to do what everyone else is doing. In response to Friday's video, I received a number of questions about should I buy now, wait for a further drop, how low will prices go, and a whole bunch of other things. And obviously, I can't answer these questions for everyone, but I can share a stacking framework to help you during these volatile times, the exact same framework that I use. Point 1, where's the market? Right now, this is the time to be long-term bullish, but also short-term bearish. As I shared in the previous video, I don't believe the market is really taking Powell seriously. And let me tell you, I think he's going to drive this car until the wheels fall off, aka the economy tanks, which means we could have some challenges through Q3 of this year with metals. Point number 2, ask yourself, are you using the data to help you pick your spots? Until Friday, I've largely been on the sidelines because gold over $1,900 is just not very attractive to me, especially when I look at the chart technicals, along with this chart that you see on the screen, which shows that January and February are months when metals tend to outperform. Remember this chart and burn it into your memory banks. I'm going to cover points 3 and 4 together because point 3 is which way is the market headed? And point 4 is about hedging your bets or your stack. Short term and long term, who knows? I think depending on how you look at the data, you can make an argument for prices remaining high or simply consolidating, pulling back for a retest, and then proceeding back up. What gold and silver prices have done over the last 60 to 90 days has been insane. This is why I think you have to know how to hedge your stack. In my last video, I talked about being a sniper and taking your shot when the window of opportunity opens. The first question I received from viewers was, how do I know that it's a window? Here are 2 general rules I follow. In a sideways moving or uptrending market, anytime there's a pullback of 3 to 5% in gold or 7 to 10% in silver within a 2 or 3 day period, that is a potential opening of the window of opportunity for me. In a downtrending market, it's a lot harder. I generally double the number to 6 to 10% for gold and a 15 to 20% decline for silver. That number is higher because in a downtrending market, the prices are already trending down anyway, and we absolutely want to try to catch a falling knife. The next set of questions I received were about if Friday was a buy the dip, back up the truck, or something else. This depends on what the market is doing. Long term, we know things are going upward, but going back to point number 1, we also know that the Fed is trying to do some things here which are going to add a lot of volatility to the market. We also have a stock market that could crash and pull down all markets with it. And then going back to point number 2 and data, we know January and February are strong months for metals. So my assessment is while prices are strong now, I believe there is a strong possibility that we will see $1,700 gold and $19 silver at some point. But what if you're wrong, Dr. Stacker? Exactly. That is exactly why at times like this, you have to hedge your bet or hedge your stack, which leads us to points number 5 and 6. Don't worry, I'm going to explain hedging in a moment, I promise. Points 5 and 6 are, we deal in probabilities, not possibilities, and I don't want to be 100% wrong. Now, I know this second one sounds weird, so let's clarify. Too often, investors put themselves in situations where they are hoping for possibilities and end up creating situations where there can only be 100% right or they can be 100% wrong. Remember, I believe 1700 gold is a possibility, but 1865 gold is not even a possibility, it's a definite. And successful investors are constantly hedging because we rather be partially right or partially wrong, depending on how you look at it, rather than all the way right or all the way wrong. As the saying goes, sometimes it's better to have half a loaf of bread rather than no bread at all. This is why and where you execute the hedge. You make a purchase here to make sure you lock in a purchase at 1865 for gold or 2250 for silver, but not necessarily a full or normal amount of purchase that you would do. For example, if you normally spend $500 a month, maybe this is a $250 purchase and you save a little extra cash. The hedge is important because it protects you from price in both directions. If prices continue to go lower, well then you have a little extra cash that you can use then. If prices shoot up, at least you took advantage of the buying opportunity at the lower price. It's true, you might not have gotten as much as you normally would have at 1865 or 2250, but at least you picked something up when that window opened. In contrast, let's say you decided, I'm gonna wait until Monday and see where prices go, and they shoot right back up on Monday. This is exactly where FOMO has the chance to kick in because you literally missed out on a buying opportunity. Absent of knowing the directional trend of gold and silver like right now, I'd rather you buy at 1865 as a hedge and be partially right than wait and potentially miss the buying opportunity and being 100% wrong. Now that you understand the hedge, you simply have to decide the amount of the hedge you want to use, which is really a personal decision. And I'll share with you what I did on Friday. But now what we need to discuss is what I call PVP analysis, which is also point number 7. This stands for price value premium analysis. And I do this with almost every single purchase. P for price. We've already covered this idea of the price being a floating abstraction if you don't understand value. So for me, price is more about the price direction. Are prices trending up, down, or sideways? V, value, is always going to be high for us as stackers because overwhelmingly we believe in the value of metals. But value also includes things like, am I getting a coin that may be worth more? Or am I buying this because it has a special meaning? There's a lot of layers to value, and so at times it can be very hard to quantify. And of course, the final P, premium, which I cannot understate its importance. Premiums can be your biggest sin or your saving grace. Premiums can make up for price and protect you from falling prices. You can't control what prices will do today or tomorrow or the next day, but you can control how much you spend on premiums. The biggest key is always looking at premiums in terms of percentages and not dollars. It may only be $5 over spot, but at $22.50 an ounce, that's a 22% premium, meaning silver would have to go up 22% just for you to break even. With that, let's take it from the abstract to the very tangible and what exactly I did on Friday. I went over to my LCS on Friday with the goal of actually just picking up a quarter ounce or maybe a half ounce coin as a price hedge. Unfortunately, and even fortunately, he was trying to leave early. So he pulls out some stuff and I'm looking around and he finally says, hey, let me make this easy on you. I got some pre-33 St. Gaudens double eagles and I'll sell it to you at $1,900. And quick math told me that was about a 5% premium. Let's look at this purchase though from a PVP perspective. Price. The market had already dropped 4% in 2 days. So it already felt like I was getting gold on sale anyway. But again, I'm trying to hedge so I'm protected either direction prices go. V in value. I picked up a pre-33 coin below market price as this coin is currently selling on JM Bullion for $2,041, which is $141 more than I paid. Here's what's even better and why I say premium can cover for any price direction mistakes you may make. This coin's value premium combination allows me to withstand a $141 drop in spot price. Think about this. Even if price continues to fall from Friday, it doesn't affect me the same way because I bought the coin, quote unquote, the right way. I'm protected from the downside of prices continuing to fall. Finally, I know some of you are going to feel a little overwhelmed or even feel like this might even be too much work and you rather dollar cost average. And that's totally fine and appropriate for you if that's what you want to do. But before you tell me this is too much work, let me remind you that every dollar of yours is an employee and their job is to go make more employees. So how in the world do you expect your money to work harder than you? My desire is for you to be the best dang stacker that you can be, and these little maneuvers amplified over time have an incredible impact on your stack. There you have it, folks. This is my 7-point framework to help you refine your stacking strategy, particularly during turbulent times. In the comments section, which of the 7 points stand out to you? What other variables do you consider when you buy, or do you KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and dollar cost average? What do you think of the PVP evaluation? Or type an A+ in the comments /the gradebook for watching this video all the way through. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.